everyone, and welcome to an exciting video, because it's not very often I prep the box, get it looking all pretty, and then shut the ramp up without a horse inside. So, as you'll have been able to tell from, I'm sure, the teasing on Instagram and also the title, but today the Liberty Horse Box is actually going to pick up a brand new horse. And a little spoiler, guys, it's going to be the biggest horse that's ever been in this horse box, which is pretty cool. So Can and I are going to get on the road, but let me tell you a little bit more about how this has come about. I didn't mean to spook you there. Right, before we have a little discussion and then go and pick up new pony, we are going to have a very quick ad break, but honestly you want to stay tuned for this because Wild have got the most amazing Halloween editions. So let's just crack straight into it. First up, we have the Skull and Roses, then the Cat's Eyes case, and possibly my favourite one of all, this Lilac Cat Ghost case. So if for some reason you haven't heard of Wild, you might be wondering what these cases for, but I feel like the majority of us know Wild for their natural deodorant. Now I know what you're thinking, when you hear natural deodorant, sometimes you think, oh, I bet that's not smelling so great. Trust me guys, buying a horse is a very nerve-wracking and sweaty process. I haven't smelt once because these are scientifically proven to last for 24 hours. So you'll get your case and then you will get your little Wild refill. Now this is also a very special one because they have teamed up with Swizzles in the spirit of Halloween, obviously. This refill here is actually a drumstick one, and I kid you not, it seriously smells exactly like the sweet. It's so strong that the whole lorry cab actually smells like drumsticks, which I am not complaining about. So Wild are on a real mission to try and reduce the amount of single-use plastic going to landfill. And so far they have been incredibly successful because over 200 tons of single-use plastic has been saved. And it's all because of these refills. So let me give you a little demonstration of how you do it, and we're going to do it with my favourite case, which is the Lilac Cat Ghost case. So it's super easy. You pull the bottom, then you take your refill out of its little bit of packaging. Now this you can recycle. Once you are done with your refill, once everything is out, this packaging is compostable. So you just pop it on like so, then get the top of your case, pop it on like that, then we can just swivel to reveal the beautiful drumstick deodorant. So if you're as obsessed with Wild as me, you'll know that they do these kind of deodorants, which are really nice, rich, creamy, moisturising. They've also recently come out with their roll-on deodorants, which is more of a liquid form. Amazing, absolutely love it. They've got the body wash, they've got the lip balms, which literally live in my lorry. But the main thing is that all of their products are made from natural ingredients, they're cruelty-free, they're vegan, and none of them have single-use plastics. Now obviously these cases are reusable time and time and time again, so technically you do only need one. However, I cannot tell you how handy it is to have one in the lorry, one in your gym bag, one at home, one at mum and dad's, one in the car. They will go on and on forever and you never have to be without deodorant. So whether you already use Wild or you want to give them a go, now is your time because I can get you 20% off when you use code MEGAN2025. I'm going to pop a little QR code up in the corner so you can scan that, or you can tap the link down in the description. But 20% off all Wild products, including these adorable Halloween cases and drumstick scented refill. Honestly, no word of a lie guys, the Liberty Horse Box has never smelled so good. It actually smells of drumsticks in here. It's amazing. But it is time to get discussing this whole situation a little bit, because this horse technically is not my horse. So this all came about nearly a year ago. I don't know if you guys remembered when I went over to Ireland and I rode that really gorgeous horse Jake with Ardeo. Absolutely fell in love with him and ended up putting a very just jokey off the cuff thing on Instagram, being like, oh, If anyone fancies buying a horse for me to ride, now's your chance because I'm so in love with this one. Now, unfortunately, Jake did get sold really quickly because he was absolutely amazing, and why wouldn't he? However, that little random Instagram story did actually bring two amazing people to me that were like, actually, this isn't the craziest idea. So there's been a lot of talking and discussing with these two lovely ladies, and we eventually came to the idea that they would love to form a syndicate in order to buy a horse to go out eventing. So I've been kind of tentatively looking for horses. Obviously, I'm really busy and it's been a little bit tricky. So we've not kind of been going like full on. But we did have a little bit more of a concerted effort in the last few months, and we have come across the horse, as you well know. I genuinely can't believe that I'm sitting here saying this. It feels so alien to me, because this is like having a syndicate, buying a really nice horse, just like, it's what happens to the professionals. It's not what happens to amateurs like me. So it, honestly, like, I'm finding it a little bit hard to talk about because I am so mind boggled that this is actually happening and it still doesn't feel real. I think until the horse is in my stable, that's the only time when I'm gonna be like, oh my word, this is actually happening. But these two amazing people have been so incredibly supportive, and they basically want to have a horse that they can be really involved in, they can follow the journey of, and sort of give me the opportunity to have a little bit of a bigger horse and something that can potentially like go up the levels a little bit. Similar to what I was looking for with Wilma, to be honest. Obviously, you guys will know that Wilma sadly had an accident that means she's completely written off riding, which again has just made this whole thing even more dream worthy, because I wouldn't have had the money to have bought another horse to replace Wilma. So it's just like, it's so amazing, and I feel so grateful that this has happened, and it's happened because of social media. So also like a massive thank you to you guys as well. But we were basically looking for a really nice young horse, because that's my favourite bit, is doing the producing and taking them from like never competing or having done very little and starting to get them out to their first events and sort of seeing where it takes us. I will preface this right now by saying I'm by no means thinking that I'm going to like climb the levels of eventing to the top or anything like that. I would love to do a 1-star, and then, to be honest, I think I'd probably be happy at that point, but you know, never say never. So the brief was that we wanted a really nice young horse, had to be talented, had to be rideable, could be absolutely any colour, and could also be a mare or gelding. There was literally no rules in place. So honestly, could have come back with anything. Now, I'm going to have asked you guys to have done a few predictions, so I'm really interested if you've managed to predict what I've actually come home with, because spoiler alert, I think it is kind of predictable. It's very Meg branded, but honestly, we didn't mean it to be. So I've sat on quite a few horses from a variety of ages, but we were mostly looking between like 4 and 6 years old. But I do really think that we have found the most perfect one, and I'm absolutely buzzing to go and pick them up. But I just wanted to have this little chatty bit to kind of explain to you guys about everything and let you know that they are owned by two amazing ladies. We do need some help coming up with a syndicate name. So once you meet the horse, if you have like a brainwave where you think, oh, this would be a really good syndicate name, please do drop it down in the comments below, because we need a name for like when I'm competing her, we can say it's owned by the syndicate. So yeah, any ideas that you have, do let me know. But I feel like it is now time for me to go and drive the Liberty horse box over to go and pick her up, and then for you guys to meet her. So I've just dropped a bombshell. Oh well, I'm going to show you them now anyway, so go meet her. So it's been a few days since that rather exciting lorry trip, and I'm now looking at my brand new horse. She has settled in very well for a few days, so without further ado guys, please welcome Kiki.
I'm a drop in the ocean, Just a face in a crowd waiting to be seen. Big dreams set in motion. I wanna go where no one's ever been. I would climb the highest mountain. I would dive the deepest sea, just so I could make you feel what I feel.
So guys, this is Kiki, my brand new horse, thanks to two amazing, very generous owners. So, to tell you a little bit about her, as you can see, she is a bit bigger than my other ponies at home. We are still a little bit uphill, but I think at the moment she's standing at about 16 hands. I have very specifically chosen a lot of juniper stuff from Lemure because I just think it matches her so perfectly. Obviously, she is another grey mare. I don't know what to tell you. They honestly just find me. I don't find them. It apparently is what I'm destined to have. So, grey mare. She is an Irish sports horse. She's actually got very exciting breeding. So her daddy is a stallion called Contico, and he is by the very famous jumping stallion Chaco Blue. So amazing jumping lines on her father's side. And then her mum is called Vali Buffet, which is a funny name. And she is by the stallion French Buffet, another very well-known stallion, and obviously getting lots of thoroughbred blood in there. So she is sort of close to 50% thoroughbred, but she's also got cruising in her mum's line as well. So she has got some serious like jumping, eventing, galloping blood in her. She's really set up to be an absolutely epic event horse. So, as you can probably tell from looking at her, she is a complete and utter baby. I am going to show you guys some videos of me trialing her in, well, I'll show you the first trial. I'll pop up some videos in here. Then I was very lucky for my second trial to actually go and have a lesson with Simon. So I'm going to make that a completely separate video just so you can sort of gauge her stage of training at the moment. But she is only 4 and she's actually quite a young 4-year-old. So her birthday is in July. So she's only 4 and a few months now. And you can tell she is proper weedy, which is making me slightly concerned that we are not going to finish at 16 hands, are we, my darling? I think she is actually going to do an awful lot of growing. She needs her back to completely come up. She needs her bum to fill out. She's actually very uphill and like uphill in front already. It's just kind of how she's built, which is so nice to ride. But yeah, that is kind of all of the details about her. Honestly, just feels like an absolute dream come true. I never thought I would have a horse like this. She's amazing. She's got the most marvelous breeding. She's got a beautiful temperament. She's really talented, and she's such an exciting prospect for the future. It is a very exciting time, and I'm really hoping that I can do her justice and her lovely owners, and hopefully we can go out and have lots and lots of fun together. Obviously you guys know me and my views on young horses and how much to do with them and that kind of thing, so definitely want to take things slowly with her, make sure that her body develops in the right way, and that, you know, we just do all of the basics as well as we can, because fingers crossed the long-term plan with her is going to be to event her and get her out and do some exciting things, maybe aim for badminton in her earlier years, and then who knows, hopefully do some 1-stars and see how I'm feeling. It might cap off at 1 star, it might not. It's very hard to say at the moment when, you know, you're stood here with a weedy 4-year-old that has got so much to learn, but I do just have a really amazing feeling about her, and she's such a kind, sweet, genuine girl, and I just think she's going to be really, really fun to train, and going to have, I just think she's got everything we need to have an amazing eventer. Her temperament so far, like the little bits that I've done with her at home, she's so bold, so brave, so sweet, and also just absolutely loves her job. Should we turn you uphill? I feel like you look a bit funny stood like that. That is my big news that I've been really struggling to keep a secret. But stay tuned for lots of exciting stuff to come with this horse, because you are going to be something special, and I feel like it's so cool to be like starting the eventing journey all over again. Winnie was the last one that we had to start. And she's obviously now, she kind of knows the ropes a little bit, she knows what she's doing, so I'm really excited next year to go out and hit the ground running and just start all of the little fun training shows, and all of the bits at the beginning is what I absolutely love with horses. So it's like my ideal stage of having a horse. So far she's actually had a really nice start to life, which is brilliant. So I've managed to track her back to her breeder. She's only had 2 homes before me, so she was bred over in Ireland. From what I can see, has had the most lovely start. She's not done too much, just done some hacking, done the odd arena hire. And then she came over from Ireland about 2 months ago, and she's been based over here. And again, she's been based at a really nice yard. She's not been overfaced. I don't think she's done any competing at all. She's just done little bits at home. She's done the odd sort of arena hire, gone out, done a bit of jumping, seen some fillers, and that's about it. So I love the fact that she's not been overworked as a 4-year-old. So yeah, we kind of get to do all of those firsts together, which is going to be absolutely amazing. But before that, we have got an awful lot of strengthening work to do. So we are going to get going with that first, Keeks, aren't we? And then hopefully get you out to some little shows and go from there. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you predicted that it would be another grey mare. But I feel like she is completely different. She's not a grey Connemara, so in my books, this is an absolute curveball. There was no predicting this. But yeah, let me know what you think of her. So exciting. Right, I live, laugh, love you guys. And I live, laugh, love you, Kiki. Bye!